And while the American Academy of Pediatrics recommends exclusively breastfeeding for the first 6 months, well, that can be difficult for many moms.
Yeah, that's right. According to the National Institutes of Health, one of the top reasons moms fail to meet their breastfeeding goals is a lack of workplace support. Lisa Myers, one of those moms who felt forced to stop breastfeeding sooner than she had planned to do. She joins us now to talk more about her mission to make sure moms have everything they need to take care of themselves and their babies. Lisa, thanks for being with us.
Yeah, no, thank you. I appreciate you guys highlighting this month. It's certainly very important. So there's World Breastfeeding Week, but thankfully our nation gives us a month. The theme of World Breastfeeding Week has been supporting working parents. So that's something I know you both understand, and certainly a lot of moms and hopefully dads and partners can relate to. I was a partner at a law firm actually in Philadelphia and was often commuting up to New York. So I felt it very acutely when I was traveling. The more employers know about supporting breastfeeding moms and parents who are newly back to work, the better for the entire workforce. And so I created a breast milk chilling thermos, but mostly I'm excited just to highlight this issue and for employers and employees to know how much it means to employees to support them.
All right, so Lisa, let's talk about some of those new laws that were put into place, specifically the PUMP Act and Pregnant Workers Fairness Act. What should employees be knowing about these laws?
Okay, I'm really glad you asked. Employers are required to give reasonable accommodation. So as a lawyer and you as reporters, and I'm sure a lot of moms out there know that that can mean a lot of different things. So super important for moms to know that that is what's required of their employers. But unfortunately, the onus is still on women, for the most part, to educate their employer and to advocate for themselves, which can be really intimidating. But going in knowing that you're going to need pump breaks and your employer can just offer you a safe, quiet, clean space to pump. It can be a little overwhelming for employers, a little overwhelming for employees. But if you go in knowing what you need and you can have that conversation with your employer, I think it does a lot for not just you and your baby, but for other employees in the space.
So let me ask you, what type of questions should working moms be asking their employers about a breastfeeding situation at work?
So what sort of questions they should be asking? I think starting with the question, what do you need? And that's the question that the mom has to ask themselves. Yeah. I think any of us that have been parents, we had no idea going into it. And as an employer, even if you are a parent, whether a father or a mother, each person's experience is different. And so to try to be flexible and to understand that that employee isn't trying to obliterate your bottom line. They're trying to do what's best for them as an employee to further their goals as an employee and also keep pace with their new goals as a parent. So yeah, just asking, what do you need? And then continuing to be flexible.
Okay, so Lisa, what advice would you have for employees, coworkers, and how they can be supportive of their coworkers' breastfeeding journey?
Well, I feel like, I mean, it's a bit of a joke, but you guys can probably all relate. When your colleague comes back to work, asking them how their vacation went, it's probably not the place to start, because that's how it's often seen, right? Yeah. This person is returning to work. I mean, I felt like a hot mess and I was doing the best I could, but you know, your clothes don't fit, you have a ton of bags, you have no idea how you're gonna keep this small person alive and be the person that you were. So just taking a second to maybe hear them out, not giving them a hard time about taking breaks. I think just common human decency and acknowledging that they're probably coming into this sleep deprived and very much wanting to be who they were, but they're a new person with new responsibilities and they're going to add a lot to the company, but still it's a challenge.
All right. Lisa, thanks so much for joining us today. We really appreciate you sharing your tips and being here with us.
It says a lot about Pix 11 that you took the time to speak with me, and the sort of coverage that you give to topics like this. I'm really grateful.
Well, we appreciate it. Always important for people to know their rights and know what they need to be asking. You can also follow along on the website on your screen there, or at womenshealth.gov as well for more information.